Hi, this is American English with Linda, and our lesson for today deals with when to use am, is, are with a verb that ends in ing, and when to use was, were with a verb that ends in ing. In the past, in my verb charts, I only used am, is, are with a verb ending because there is a special consideration or a special requirement when you use was, were. So let's look at that at this time. Use am, is, are with an ing verb for what is happening now. Now, I've already taught this, but here's a quick review. I am packing for a trip. You are choosing summer clothes to take, right? And this is a conversation, yes. And my sister is taking me to the airport. And just as a review, I goes with am, you, we, they goes with are, he or she or it goes with is, and then a verb with an ing ending to talk about right now. When we use am, is, are in a question for right now, the helper goes in front of the subject, but otherwise it's the same. So this person keeps talking about the trip. Am I packing too much? And the other person says, are you forgetting anything? Is your suitcase holding all your stuff? We're talking about right now, so we use the ing verb with a helper. Another time we use was, were is when we're talking about what happened in a story, and for the person in the story, it's right now, but the person outside the story, it's past because all of the story has already happened. So for instance, in a dream, while I'm in the dream, it's happening right now, and I would say, for instance, is walking, but once the dream is over and I look back, then I start using was walking. So a person might say, in the dream, I was walking through a dark forest. Now, in the dream, the person would be saying, I am walking through a dark forest. But the person later, maybe the same person, is telling about the dream, I was walking. The trees were swaying in the wind. Now, if I'm in the dream, I'm talking in the dream. In the dream, I would say the trees are swaying. Now, I'm outside the story, looking back, the trees were swaying in the wind. The wind was blowing hard if I'm outside the story. If I were in the story, as I'm in the dream, I would say, the wind is blowing hard. Now it's all over. I'm telling you from outside the dream, the wind was blowing hard. Now, there's a little tricky thing about the pronouns that go with it. I switches to the same form as he, she, or it. You, we, they still get the plural one, were, but I, he, she, or it all get was. I didn't get a special one all by itself anymore. Okay, we're continuing with the story. A wolf was following close behind me. I was trying to run faster. Now, if I'm in the story, a wolf is following close behind me. I'm trying to run faster. Outside the dream, was following, was trying. The branches were scraping my face, or the branches were scraping my face. Outside of the dream, talking about it, the branches were scraping my face. The moon was shining on the path ahead instead of the moon is shining on the path if I'm in the story or in the dream. I was getting close to a house. This is continuing. If I'm in the dream, I could say, I am getting close to a house. Outside the dream, I was getting close to a house. The people there are motioning for the person in the dream, the person telling about the dream. The people there were motioning for me to enter. I did. The wolf if I'm in the dream, is circling. If I'm talking about the dream, the wolf was circling the house. Then I woke up. That's what happens with dreams. You don't often know the ending. I wonder what happened. Use was and were with an ing verb sometimes when an action began in the past and lasted for a while, maybe all the way up to now, maybe it stopped earlier. I was thinking that December might not be a good time to travel. I was thinking about that for a while. Should I go in December or not? I was thinking that December might not be a good time to travel. Or the people were questioning why they had to show ID. It wasn't one time they questioned. Maybe it was many people, and each person came by and said, why do I have to show ID? Why do I need an ID? Why? They're all questioning over a period of time. The people were questioning why they had to show an ID. The girl was dieting for months. It was over a long period of time. Could I say the girl dieted for months? I could. But if I want to emphasize how long it took, I would say was dieting for months. And then we use was, were, plus an ing verb to introduce an idea. Maybe it's an opinion or a question that we've been thinking about or wondering about over a period of time. So you would say it like this: I was thinking space travel must be hard. Now that's different from I thought travel or space travel must be hard, because that's one thought, one time. This is like I was looking at this and this and this and considering it all over a period of time. I was thinking space travel must be hard. We were debating. Debating is like looking at this side and you're looking at this side and they're different. Your side, this side, which one is right? We were debating, should we go by bus or by train? There are good things about going by bus. There are good things by going by train, but which one is best? We don't know yet. We're debating. He was wondering, over a period of time, he's wondering, would she like to go on a date with me? Maybe she would, maybe she wouldn't. I'm thinking about it over time. He was wondering, would she like to go on a date with me? So these are some times when we use was and were with an ing verb. And I'm not talking about like all these expressions that you hear, pluperfect and progressive and all those terms that come along with formal grammar study. I want to talk about what are we thinking when we say those types of verbs. So I hope that helped, and see you next time.